content contains material that may or may not be interesting to some viewers, but the only way to really find out is to watch it to the very end. Otherwise, you may never really know. So proceed if you dare, but don't say you were never warned.
My people, the shiny fucking head is back. I've been trying to fucking start this all fucking day. And there's been bits and bobs. I've had a bit of pain and I've had a bit of this, that, and the other, but it's here. It's here. I am going to give you the entire full story as best I can of my symptoms and how I found out I've got this rare type of cancer, Leiomyosarcoma, of my liver, which spread to my lungs, and lymph nodes, it only says lymph node. So as soon as I get a few minutes, I'll be back. To you, it'll be like this. But yeah, I need to get the kids to bed, which is another pain in the ass. Hello, people. This is probably the most anticipated video that I've fucking done. So I've been asked for a while by a couple of people. I have said throughout other videos of this journey. It's all been fuck me. It's all been pretty scattered about. I've been asked about my symptoms, and I was first diagnosed. You've got to ignore my voice. A really, really sore throat and chemo mouth. So what I'm going to try and say today is, from my point of view, the entire story of how I was diagnosed with leiomyosarcoma. You know, stage 4 terminal cancer, which originated in me, or they now say originated in my liver, because at first they couldn't find a primary. But we're going to go into that. So we'll start from the very top. So it was about July, maybe August time. Was it last year? Just over a year ago. So yeah. Gets up in the morning like I always do. I was going to get ready for work. I was on a 2 to 10 shift as a truck driver for ABP. I gets up, I'm going to take the kids to school and nursery or whatever we was doing. Beck's to work. I've got a couple of hours to myself doing whatever was happening, and then I get myself to work. Little did I know that this day was going to fucking change my life, probably forever. So we gets up, everything's fucking normal, fine. Kids are ready, we're ready. Jumps in the car. From where my house is, Becky's work is only, say, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes from here. So I do this every day, or almost every day, unless I was on the early shift, and obviously Becky would sort herself out. Anyway, so as we're coming up towards her work, past a pub. There's a pub like on the way to her work called the Trawl. A lot of people local to this will know. As I was going past the Trawl, I went to, fucking hell, me right side, I've got a real bad stitch. And I didn't think out of it. I didn't really I just thought, it's, at the time I was 33. I thought, I just fucking, I might have just drank so much stupid. I used to drink a lot of Monster. It's probably that. Even though that morning I don't think I had anything. Anyway, yeah. So as we continued, from the Troll, the pub, to where I work, it's probably about 3-4 minutes. And as them sort of 3 minutes went on, it got more and more intense and severe, like really crippling. Almost, if you imagine. I don't know what it'd be to explain for a guy, but for a woman, sorry, but for a guy, like you've been in a gym and you're really working out, and all your fucking abs up here, they're really, sore and tender, and it was almost like I was being stabbed, almost. Anyway, we managed to get to Becky's work, and I pulled over. And I said, "Look, fucking hell, this is ridiculous. This is so much serious. We might have to ring an ambulance." And obviously Becky was like, "Oh, fucking shit, are you alright," sort of thing. And luckily enough, my mum worked with Becky, or did work with Becky. So I sort of I think we must have rang my mum on the way down, or Becky did, I can't remember, but she come out, um, and my daughter had to go in with Becky into her work. Lucky enough, it's a nursery, so she could do that. My mum obviously jumped in the car, and I'm by this point absolutely, my legs are, I'm crippled over like this. I'm against my steering wheel. So my mum rings an ambulance, 999. Says what's going on. My son's in crippling agony in his right side. It could, for all we know, it could have been, I don't know, an exploded fucking intestine or anything. We didn't know what it was. We just knew it. I know it fucking ate. And the ambulance people are on loudspeaker, and they go, all right, okay, this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's going to be about an 8-hour wait for an ambulance to get to yourselves. A fucking 8-hour wait for someone that's my pain threshold has always been pretty high. This took it to a whole new level, completely. So we was like, oh, fucking, that's no good. What can we do? Long story short, my mum ended up driving me into the hospital. All the way down there, again, still crippled over in pain. Get into the A&E part, and there's like 2-3 blokes in front of me, and I think I was sat in a wheelchair. I got into one of these little wheelchair mobility fucking things. My mum pushed me in, and I'm fucking still there. My legs are up like this, and I remember it perfectly because it was absolutely the fucking most horrendous pain I've ever had. And both the blokes went, yeah, mate, you seem to need to, go before us. Thanks, sort of thing. So we went to like the reception bit. And, take a seat, wait over there. All right, okay. Again, like I said, I couldn't hide the pain because it was fucking phenomenal. After what seemed like fucking hours, they called me through into like a back room bit. My mum had to sit round in the original waiting area. So I goes round in there, and she asked me a few questions, this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. What's your name, date, birth, all the standard fucking shit. Not once did she touch, look, or examine any part of this. She just took my hand, banged her fucking one of them fucking things, and I forgot what they're fucking called. Banged one of them in my hand, and filled me with pain relief. Just sit there for however long. I was sat there about 2 hours. In that time, I saw people coming in, going out. I said, I really, really feel sick. So she gave me one of them, the bowl hats that people will be sick in hospitals and stuff like that. And because before any of this come along, I couldn't be sick. It doesn't matter how sick I felt, I couldn't be sick without actually starting it with my fingers myself to gag to bring this up. So I was like, I've got to do this. So everyone with a sick bucket just sat on a bloody chair with some lass that's fucking near enough passing out from having some fucking thing put in a pissing arm next to me over here. Other people all down the fucking thing. The hospital was fucking full. And she went to me, you can't be doing that. You can't be COVID and all that sort of bollocks. Like, what the fuck? Like I'm going to sit here and put my fingers down my throat and then wipe it on someone or something. The fuck on. There's hand sanitizer everywhere. I can wash my hands or whatever. I couldn't even fucking move, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, after that, they the pain still didn't really go off at all. Again, I was sat there from fucking like 8 o'clock in the morning till when I went into the second room, which is what I'm coming to now. It must have been about fucking 12 o'clock. That's 4 fucking hours. 4 hours of this fucking grueling, agonising pain, regardless of what the fucking put in me, it didn't fucking touch it. So anyway, they put me in this other room. I don't know whether it was to be seen in like a consultation room or what it was. But yeah, they put me in there. There's like 4, maybe 5 people. And there was a specific guy in there who was talking to me, and he was asking, wow, you look like you're in a bit of pain, mate, Do you know what it is? I was like, no, mate. So I told him all this stuff that I'm telling you now. He went, oh, that sounds like someone over. He said someone over, and I was like, fucking hell, yeah, oh, nice. Nothing to do with cancer or anything like that. And I kept waiting, and I kept waiting, and again, it was about another maybe hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours that I was there. Say between 1:30 and 2 o'clock, I was like, come on, fucking hell, what can I fucking do? The pain had sort of steadied. It was still really fucking bad, but it was steady. So I've still got the needle and stuff in my fucking hand, so rather than have to re-jab me and stick fucking fluid in or whatever it was going to fucking do. I was speaking to another lad who was a young lad. He was all right. He was on about he's got pip and that. I don't know if he had something wrong, but he was a lovely lad. And I went, I'm just gonna go to the shop, buddy. Blah blah blah. He's like, oh yeah, okay, mate, blah blah blah. And I knew for a fact I wasn't going back to that room, so I stood up and I walked out the room, come down like the corridor to where the room where I was previous, and the original reception room is, and the exit. My man was still in the original reception room where we first came into. Now, without trying to get the attention of the fucking nurses or receptionist or whatever, I went, wait, come on. She's like, where are you going? I was like, we'll just go outside, bit of fresh air or whatever. I know exactly what I was fucking going to do. So, we come out and I headed towards the doors. She goes, what if they shout you in while you're out there? No, it's alright, man, it's alright. Anyway, went out and I went, I tell you what, look, I'm not fucking going back in there. The pain's steadied off. I'm going to go see my doctor because this is a fucking piss take. The original pain had lasted, like I said, at this point from 8 o'clock till between 1:30 and 2 o'clock. So it was a fucking fair decent amount of time that I've been absolutely excruciating pain. Anyway, jumps in the car after a lot of fucking sort of, you can't do this, you can't do this. Like, man, I'm fucking doing it. Take me back to my fucking car, I'm going to walk. Simple as that. And I would. This is who I am. If I get something in my head, I'm going to fucking do it. So yeah, that was that day. Come home and managed to speak to Becky and sort of all this other stuff. Got booked in with my doctors. And for the most part of that night, I was fairly alright. It didn't really bother me. It was. I knew it was there. It was faint, stable, nothing massive compared to what it was. So yeah, I rang the doctors either that night or the next morning. I can't remember. And soon after, I got in to see one of them. So they did some blood tests. They did a urine test. All these other kinds of bits and bobs. My urine test showed up faint traces of blood, which obviously was a bit worrying. So okay. My blood test come back fine. And he said they can't overly say for sure what it is. They want to do some more ongoing tests and they want to do this, that, blah blah blah. But he could probably see that it'd be related to kidney stones or gallstones. So I was like, fucking hell, I feel like a bit of an idiot now, fucking gallstones or kidney stones. I know they fucking hit. I've seen people go through it. But, at the time I was a bit like, he said it, so it must be somewhat along them lines. To which I ended up having some more tests, probably a couple of weeks later after thinking, I'm drinking all this water, trying to piss this fucking stone out or whatever we was expecting. I can't really remember that well. There was a couple of nights where it did flare up again, pretty bad, but nothing like that day. 2 secs. Yeah, so as I was saying, it was never really that bad since that day, like I just said. I went back for some routine bits and bobs or whatever, just to check and see if they could find anything else, which was another doctor, a personal favourite of mine. And he did again some more blood tests, some bits and bobs, and he sorted out an ultrasound. One of them things that you have normally when you're pregnant, I think. It's kind of like, okay, whatever. So he sorted all that out. Like the blood test come back fine again. There's no blood in my urine this time. It's like, bonus. He said, you had any more pains? I was like, not really anything. It was faint, but it was again nothing. Just that one day, or that 1 day and a half, should I say? So it was like, confusing, that. For a doctor to say that, I was like, yeah. So yeah, fast forward to this ultrasound scan. Again, at my local doctor's. The woman sort of straight away come over to me side, me back, did quite a lot of me sort of torso upwards. And she straight away said, "Oh," and it was at that point I was like, "Oh, what does that mean?" When someone says "oh," and it's like, shit. She calls somebody else in, like maybe a senior fucking guy or something or other, and he had to go put this fucking cold, horrible shit on. I feel bad for people who are pregnant. It's fucking awful. And he was like, "Oh yeah, okay." I didn't really say it, and I'm just laid there fucking like, well, what is it then? So they're scanning all over here, and they come up to my chest here. It's like, yeah. They mumble together and they talk this fucking doctor language, whatever the fuck it is. I don't understand half the shit. And I think it was there that they said, when they'd finished, "We found a mass on your liver." I was like, what does that mean then? I don't fucking know. She was like, the kind of like did the points on this fucking screen, and it worked out to 68 mil. A 68 mil by fucking blah blah by blah blah. The width and the length and the depth or whatever the fuck it is. 68 mil was like the biggest sort of distance. Like, wow, okay. And then they went to me, something about smoking. Do you smoke? And at the time I was like, no, I actually stopped for quite some time. I did use a vape occasionally. It was like, you've got like shadowing on your lungs, like shadows kind of, we can't really see, so we're going to refer you for an MRI scan. I think it was an MRI, was it? Some other scan. So I'm like, oh, shit, okay. And nothing else was said until that scan, which again, I went to, and they saw the exact same. It was very vague how they went about it, because we know that there was something on my liver now, and there was something around my chest. So there was fucking around with us, getting letters every now and fucking then, and it was a fucking load of bollocks, time wasting fucking shit. So my doctor ended up calling me and saying, look, you need to come in. Okay. And just before this, I was a bit worried because of the pain that I had. I sorted out life insurance, and it's a load of fucking bollocks. By the end of it, they didn't fucking pay out because I had ongoing scans. Regardless, fuck your life insurance. Yeah, so I went in, and he said, look, we need to investigate this further. We can clearly see there's something on your liver. So we don't know what it is, whether it's some kind of like cyst or tumour or fucking whatever it is, whatever he said, I can't remember exactly. Fucking hell, there we go, okay. So now my mind's ticking like fucking, I'm like, oh, fucking hell, I'm 30 fucking free. I don't want to have anything sinister. In actual fact, the other doctor said to me, the chance of it being something sinister are quite low, for your age and your health, your fitness level. You're 5'8", you was about 10 stone 5ish, something like that. I was fairly alright, fairly decent, normal lad. Maybe a little bit on the skinny side, but look at me now. I'm 7 stone 12. I'll go to that afterwards. And yeah, so he referred me for this fucking liver biopsy, which you've probably seen pictures of in some of my older videos. Yeah, in Grimsby Hospital. Goes in. It's only a fucking couple hour fucking thing, they have to keep observations of me and all that shit. They do this fucking biopsy. I come out, it's again another fucking 2, maybe even 3 weeks before I had anything. And then it came back. It came back, and I'll always remember this fucking yellow bit of paper. Oh no, sorry, no, this was before that yellow bit of paper. I went to see my doctor again, the one that I like. And he said to me, right, this is this is, I don't remember his exact words, but it was something like, this is pretty shit, in a roundabout way. What you've got is something called Leiomyosarcoma. And that's the first time I ever heard that fucking word in my life. Me, my mum, Bex, anyone, we didn't know what it was. LMS. And it goes on to explain that LMS is cancer. And I was like, oh my fucking days, fucking holy shit, my world just fucking fell apart. So it goes on, and is about, it's a very, very rare cancer that usually affects 1 in either 3,000 or 30,000 people. Usually women, because it's classed as ULMS. Is it ULMS? I don't know. But it was like, in his career, he's never seen anyone with this leiomyosarcoma, not to mention a bloke, not to mention my age, and in the UK. So, lucky fucking me. Yeah, so that's the first point that I realised, shit, I'm pretty fucked. So, that was the first point, and obviously it was devastating for us all. For my mum, my dad, me, Bex. Even the kids don't know now, so it played a toll on them, but very much without saying so. So, yeah, fucking hell, the next month and a half, it was fucking hell. I wrote out fucking notes and stuff like that, and thinking, fucking hell, I'm not going to see my son's next birthday or my daughter's next birthday or fucking hell, Christmas. Bear in mind this was July or August time. I was like, wow, fucking hell, considering it's supposed to be extremely aggressive, super fast growing. So this is where my mental mindset really fucking kicked in, because I see my family falling apart around me, and I was like, I've got to do something. I've got to. I can't just fucking lay down and take this shit. Needless to say, it took me a fucking long time to adapt, to really understand it, to really figure out what I was going to do next, because there's no instructions for it. So there's no real fucking way of going about how to do this and shit like that. Irony is I stopped that fucker a long time before as well. Now, I will go into that as well, but this is going to be fucking hell of a long video. So, for the next, fucking hell, like I said, between diagnosis and my first treatment was about 7 or 8 weeks. And considering this is super fast growing, like I said, and extremely aggressive, each day was like, fucking hell, what is this doing inside me? If it's 68mm now, which it was not. Now, the things that I know, I'm going to skip a little bit. It was actually 102 or 105 at its largest. So where the fuck they got this 68 from, I don't know. And I've only found out that this 102 or 105 or whatever it was within the past few months. And again, it is on some of my other videos. So the ball started rolling. I've now got cancer. It was in my lungs. It had metastasis to my lungs, and there was some lymph node on this little bit of yellow paper that I was referring to. Was another meeting that I went to with some doctor or something over at Grimsby. My fucking back hurts. And it's all really fucking doom and gloom and all that sort of shit, and they don't fucking help. They do not fucking help with their approach to it and the way that they fucking are. So she looked at me and she was like, do you want a tissue? Do you want this or the other? I was like, no, do a fuck. Do a fuck. I just want to hear what you got to say and fuck off. So I'm in there and she's telling me all sorts of fucking shit, and the life expectancies and the percentages of this and that and the other, and how it's going to affect me in upcoming months, or even the potential for a year. Okay, that was the first time that I was told it's probably going to be less or within the year, which has already fucking gone, by the way, clearly. So I left there, and again, like I said, Becky was in fucking bits. My mum, everyone, Becky's mum, Becky's family, my family, fucking everyone, even a lot of my friends was just, wow, what the fuck? And there's a lot that hasn't been said because I find it quite boring and people don't really want to, hear about it. But now that I've sort of got a bit of an interest on YouTube, like I'm talking now, which is why I'm going to go through the symptoms and the things that I had before this, with this. So, yeah, before I had this, absolutely nothing. Zero. That one day is what made me us catch it. Because if it weren't that severe, I would have palmed it off and took some painkillers and gone to work. It was that one day that I just had pain, and there it was. So there was nothing really leading up. I get aches and pains now and then. I've always had a bit of a shit back. I used to be a HGV typefitter, and I put me aching back down to that. I've had it for fucking years. I've had naproxens and all sorts of stuff like that for my backache. It could be related. Nobody can confirm that now. So which brings me to my first actual cycle of chemo, which was doxorubicin and dacarbazine, or dacarbazine, is it? The Red Devil. A lot of people with LMS will know this fucking well. So again, this was at Castle Hill. No, not again, sorry. This was the first time that I went to Castle Hill. I had no fucking idea what to expect. So I'm in there, we go down to the chemo room. I sat there fucking about 3 hours before I got called in, after my time that I was supposed to have been there. So I goes in, cannula, that's what I was thinking of. One of them, to put one of them in me. And I had 2 red syringes of this. I'm guessing it's the doxorubicin. I'm guessing it's red. It was a very, very deep red, nasty fucking thing in like a syringe that they syringed in, not a drip like the other one. And the dacarbazine or dacarbazine was in a drip on one of my little things, like you've seen in my old videos. Same fucking setup as that, with a blue bag over it because it couldn't be exposed to natural light or any kind of light, which is why my tubes on my first chemo ones was all orange, because it wouldn't let the light through. Whereas the one that I'm on now is fine. So I started going through that. It was once every 3 weeks, and I had 6 cycles of it. So it was, say 5 months of this fucking intense, nasty, horrible fucking thing. So I had it, and in true me fashion, I went through, and obviously my dad drove us there. I come home and I was like, "Does it feel any different?" Yeah, I didn't really expect to, because I know I've got all these chemicals in my body, and they're probably fucking flying around, whatever they fucking do. It's toxic. It's fucking evil. Kills good stuff, kills bad stuff. Whatever. Which is when I got to day 5, and I started feeling a little bit shitty. A little bit under the weather, and I was like, right, okay, so now I'm starting to feel the effects of this fucking thing. Day 6, wow, that fucking day 6 with them 2 chemicals in my body was just fucking hell. I don't want to put people off it, but for me, you might be completely different. You might have had it, you might think, no, it went that fucking bad. It wrote me off completely. I spent, full days in bed. I could barely do out, throwing up, couldn't eat, and it was just fucking evil. There was nothing that could stop it. Headaches, sweats, coldness, bone aches, nerve aches, legs, arms, fingers. Obviously, my hair come out. I'm not bothered about that, but the whole lot. It was brutal. Obviously, like I said, I went through 5 cycles of that. And even while I was doing that, I was still trying to get out and do things with the kids. And that's when I went and bought my quad. I went and bought my quad. As my hair fell out, I had some money, and I was like, fuck it. I've always wanted a quad. I'm going to go and buy it. And this is going to be my determination to get through this fucking shit. Regardless of if I use it or not, I don't know. some of you will see, it's probably the best investment that I've done because it's kept me somewhat sane up here. So yeah, aside from all the pain and stuff like that, the mouth sores, I've got mouth sores at the minute, but it was a whole different level. Like the whole of my inside of my mouth, my face, I could barely talk. My mouth, although it's like a bit dry and scabby at the minute, this was like I couldn't do fucking anything. I lost 2 stone in just over 4 weeks because I couldn't eat anything, which is why my weight went down from 10 stone 5 or 10.5 stone to quite dramatically to like 8.5 in a short period of time. They put me on 40 sips, which is like high calorie like milkshake drinks to try and bulk me up and keep the weight on me. But because I'm taking pain relief to try and combat the pain that the chemo was having, it was blocking me up. So when I was putting these 40 sips in, I was just getting bloated and having more pain from that, and I couldn't win. I just couldn't win. So skipping forward from all that shit, I was extremely fucking happy when my last cycle was here, and I got the results. I mean, throughout that, as a lot of you will fucking see, I was taking CBD, all kinds of cannabis oils for the pains, the aches, the mental stress and all that kind of stuff from a good mate of mine, Andy. They have been the best fucking thing that I've done. I promise you. I tell you right now, I can't say that the chemo didn't shrink it, but when I was on it, on chemo with the oils, it had a massive effect. I think my biggest shrinkage was 10 mil in a set period of time. I can't remember what the period was. It might have been 3 months. So 3 monthly, yeah, 3 months with 3 monthly scans. But that was after I'd finished chemo. I know the chemicals will still be in my body and they'll still be probably doing things, but I put that down to some of the particular oils that I've done. Again, my run through of medication, you can see all the fucking oils that I've used. I do talk about them on there. I'm not going to bore you again. So after that, I was stable for fucking hell. About 8 months out of the 10 months that I stayed off it, off chemo, that is. And that was fucking phenomenal. So, when people say that there's no evidence that cannabis oils help or work or even shrink tumours, there's no scientific or no noted evidence of it. There is evidence of it, and there's plenty of people fucking walking around now that survive this shit and will say the same fucking crap as me. Listen to them. Why it's illegal here, I don't fucking know. In fact, I do know. It's because the fucking government don't want you to fucking know the cure for cancer or the fucking, you know, all the tax and all that. Whatever it is, I'm not here to talk about that bollocks. The government could fucking suck my ass. However, on the last scan that I had, which was like the 10 months in, I had some growth, which the oncologist also said is significant. It wasn't. It wasn't. Again, they fucking got it wrong. I can't remember what dimensions or sizes it had fucking moved to or from, but he classed this 10 mil as a good shrinkage, but yet it was less than 10 mil because I would have remembered. He classed the lesser as significant. How? What the fuck was that? So yeah, I've had a few issues, you know, with this. Nobody likes to hear bad news, and you always associate someone with bad news as a fucking arsehole. I don't. He's just doing a job, and it's just, you know, I've had a pop at him a few times. I've actually had to apologise to him because I felt bad. Which brings me to the whole time in between. I've lived with this. If you look through my videos, how many times am I going to say it? I still get pain now and then there. I have tried to live and do as much as I possibly can living with this piece of shit, as well as battling it and showing everybody else what I'm doing, and it can be done, it will be done. I will not be defeated. Now, of course, this thing takes people, and it's fucking evil, horrendous. Look at James, one of my good friends. James recently died of it. Absolute fucking warrior. I've done a little video on him if you want to watch it further down here. He had 3/4 of his stomach removed, and by the end of it, you could see how weak he was. Like, you can see how weak I am compared to what I was 6 months ago. It's deterioration, of course, but I'm just going to keep fighting till the fucking end. Simple as that. So yeah, now I'm on Gemtax, which again is chemo. I don't fucking like it. I don't want to do it, but at the same time, as well as doing the bits and bobs that I am doing with all the supplements or the things that people are advising, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, CBD oils, there's numerous things that you can do to help yourself. Fucking help yourself. Some people say about fucking vaping, you shouldn't be doing that, Luke. Fuck it. I mean, it's one thing at a time. Deal with one thing at a fucking time. This is massive. This here is where it all needs to fucking start and finish. So something like that, which could be quite fucking dangerous and it probably could kill me, need to almost take a little bit of a back seat while I straighten this out. So again, like I said to you, I'm on Gemtax now, going through Doxy and Dacabazine. I ripped the fucking bathroom out. I put a full bathroom in with my old boy. This media wolf, like you can see in one of my other videos, where people are saying, fucking that's a good unit with your telly on that. Me and my dad did that. The pond outside, me and my dad built that. That was pre-cancer, actually. There's numerous things. Painting the shed that we did fucking a couple of months ago. Was it not even a couple of months ago? It was probably a month ago. All sorts of shit. If this is good, this will mostly follow. Don't get me wrong, you will still have pain, it will still fucking hurt, and it is still fucking evil. But just keep going. Just each time you get that pain, I'm just going to get through this little bit. I'm just going to do one more time. Just keep doing. Just keep going that one more time. Just, right, fuck it. I'm going to give it everything this time, and fucking I'm going to get through it. There you go, you got through it. Right, okay, well, I feel fine again, your battery's recharged. Shit, that pain's fucking back. I've got pain now. Right, I'm going to do something, I'm going to take your mind off it. I'm just going to get through this part. My mouth fucking hurts. Fuck that, it can fucking piss off. I'm going to carry on doing what I want to fucking do. It's not going to stop me. It's not going to stop me. I'm a weak piece of shit now. But this is me stronger than it's ever fucking been. I've been to fucking hell and back. And that's not a patch on it, on how this has affected it. Plus my wife, and everything else, you know, my entire surroundings. Brutal, of course. So yeah, so here I am now, within the past couple of months. Gemtax. It's not nice. I'm there for, it's about 2 hours, this infusion cycle thing. Again, 2 drugs, Gem and Tax. I can't say the full names because I can't fucking remember them. But for me, it seems a lot milder than the first one. I do struggle a lot with me muscle in my leg, quite a lot, almost every day now. But I have got meds to help that, as well as the oils. You know, picking and choosing what I do. It's not about that. It's you need to have these things in your system as a background to work before the pain starts. You can't just say, oh fuck, I've got pain, I'm going to smash some fucking THC and get smashed out my fucking head. It's not about that. It is fun, don't get me wrong, I've had some fun with the old THC, building myself up to the levels that I was on, as well as all the other bits and bobs that I've done, and whatever, smokes and shit. So brings me to the conclusion of I'm still here now. This I mean July fucking chemo brain. July, August time last year. Shortly after that, probably about September say, was when I was sort of notified you're probably not going to last a year. And for that on its own froze me in time. You know, the original diagnosis and that on its own, fucking, it was like I completely blacked out in that room, and it was just fuzz. It was just fuzz. There's no way I can put into words or explain it, because I can't. I don't know. I haven't got the words. only to go through it yourself, and I really hope that none of you fucking have to, or, you know, I know a lot of you have, you can relate to me perfectly. And to be here, fucking hell, what we now say, a year and a bit later, you're coming up to like a year and 4 months, a year and 5 months. Say January time, it's gonna be like a year and 6 months, a year and a half. I beat the fucking odds once already. I've now, about maybe 2 months ago, just over 2 months ago, something like that, was told I've now got months to live by an oncologist and his nurse, head nurse, whatever she is. I can't say too much for their privacy and confidentiality and all that sort of shit. And what they could see stuff, and people might have died from shit like this, but how can they use me as a statistic when it's so fucking rare in the UK, and all they've got is information that maybe has been passed from other places outside of the UK that might not have the resources that we have in the UK, and put me on that same list? Call me fucking crazy, but do I feel like I'm dying? No. Do I feel shit? Sometimes. Yes. Sometimes do I feel like I want to cut my fucking leg off because the pain is that bad? Absolutely yes, I do. The amount of times I've thought about going into that garage and getting a fucking a hacksaw and just fucking ripping that off. That's how extreme it is. So yeah, I can understand that fully. Morphine, fucking morphine. All the tablets and fucking shit in the world. You know, it can't take it off in that second. Like I said, you need something already working in the background that you can top up and keep on top of without blocking yourself up, which is why I have to use laxatives and I have to use fucking all sorts of other shit and bits and bobs. If I'm going to be on meds for the rest of my life, almost certainly, but I'm alive. You know, I'm alive, and I like to make a joke of it, and I like to know that people are looking at my videos and being like, well, this fucking guy, if he could fucking do it, why the fuck can't I? There was a comment that said about this, if Luke can do it, then so can I. And that absolutely fucking hit me. And it made it. The whole thing that I've done is Luke's Army, throughout the whole thing we did a sponsored Umber Bridge walk. And again, this is a mile each way, or just over a mile each way. Was it 2 miles? I think it might be 2. No, it's not. It's just over a mile each way. So say 3 miles nearly. I didn't realise that when I was doing that, I had 3 fractures in my spine. And they decided to tell me fucking months after, because I fell off my fucking quad, I smashed my back in. I didn't know. I turned that fucking quad back over. I got back on a fucking road home. Smashed up to fuck. Fully repaired it and all that sort of shit. This is me. This is me. And as Sia says, is it unstoppable? I don't like to big myself up, but I was like, fucking hell. That's fucking brilliant. It's laughable. The NHS is fucking laughable at the minute, you know. They do great work, and I'm not slating the staff at all. But the fucking way it works is shit. So, where's Becky coming down again? Yeah, 2 minutes. There we have again, peeps. So yeah, what I was coming to with this whole time with the Humber Bridge walk and that is, not only did I organise for a hell of a lot of people to walk across the Humber Bridge again for the like 10th time. Oh fucker! In my videos down below, there's a video that I hired a guy to do, and you can see us all walking across it. It was sponsored. Each person got sponsors, regardless of what it was, whether it's a fucking penny or fucking 100 quid, whatever. I went round and donated a large portion to people that I saw fit or needing. One of which was a bloke called Paul. He's an ex-addict in recovery, and I thought he was brilliant. He was struggling he wanted like to do blogs and stuff, and he wanted a microphone. So I looked at, well, us as a collective, I went forward and said, "There you go, mate. You set up like a just giving or GoFundMe or whatever the fuck it is." I put 50 quid in. And he sent me a screenshot. Next day, your donation helped do this, mate. And I was ecstatic that I could just help that little bit, just that little bit. I don't know how much the microphone cost, whether it was I paid, I don't know, 5% or fucking for all of it. I don't fucking know. I don't care. I helped that guy, and it's warm, and that's what I'm about. Is I'm about helping people. I'm just going to talk about this for a minute because there was a specific little kid. In fact, I've still got him in the cupboard out there on Facebook, and I see his son was making little Lego dust caps. It was like dust caps with Lego only glued on the top of it, and he was getting slated in the comments for it. You know, us BMW drivers, X5 drivers, wouldn't put that on our car. I used to own an X5. I've had about fucking 4 or 5 BMWs. I would. So I went to him. Yeah, mate. Look, I tell you what. You know, I've don't matter what I've got now. I've got a disability card. It doesn't fucking matter. I've got a quad, and instead of the £5 that you're asking for, I want to give you £10. I want you to tell your son, great fucking work. Keep doing it, because there is genuine people that will recognise that effort. I don't know how old he was. He must have been fairly young. And I thought it was just a really nice fucking thing. And the dad was getting fucking slated in the comments. So I got a purple set. Leiomyosarcoma, it's a purple ribbon. I'm all about it. There's been endless things. For example, James, his memorial. We again, as a collective, donated £100 to him, to his family or to his Just Giving page. There's been a few. There's a woman I found on TikTok. I can't remember what her bloody name was, but she got some plants or something of it. I can't remember. I'm probably forgetting all sorts. Oh, Katie, one of my close friends. Her dog was sort of on his last legs, and needed a bit of help. So me and my family went out locally to one of our shops. We got him a new bed, loads of new toys, loads of food, bits and bobs. You know, I can't remember what else we got. This nice little big Akita dog, hairy fucking thing, lovely Jack, whose name was. And just to see the look on her face, you know, she didn't want to accept help, but because she was a part of Luke's army or a part of what we did, our movement, I could do that for her, or we could do that for her, and it was fucking lovely. It was absolutely fucking lovely. There's been numerous things I can't think of the top of my head because my head's fucking exploding with all kinds of emotions at the minute. So which brings me back to now. You know, I hope that I've answered a lot of your questions, because I think up to date I've said the majority of the important parts about cancer. You know, forgetting my wild fucking life that it might be of defying odds and stuff. You know, the symptoms pre-diagnosis was never there. There was nothing, absolutely nothing. As I said to you, I will say it again. I had the odd ache and pain here and there. I'm sure we all fucking do, whether you're fucking 30, 40, 60, whatever your fucking age is. I mean, we all get them, you know. Especially because I've not been the best with my fucking body, and you know, HGV tyre fitting it's a very hard, heavy, strenuous job for a somewhat small geezer, even at me heaviest. Throwing maybe, I don't know, 10, 12 stone super single tyres around. It was never easy, but I did it. And it's just, I've said on Cannabis Health Radio, which I've again mentioned a few times, that I did a podcast with them. There's some good information on that. That I believe this was given to me for a reason, and if you'd have said this to me a year and a half ago, that I'd be speaking as confidently as I am to thousands and thousands, you know, all around the fucking world, Canada, fucking Australia, India, fucking London, you know, a lot of the fucking UK, it's fucking far, far away, the other side of the fucking planet. I'm like, wow, me? Luke Goodwin from fucking Grimsby. Wow. Phenomenal. And yeah, if I can make one person happy or help one person, which I now know I have, then I'm happy. And it oh god, fucking hell. Yeah, it fills me with joy to know that I can do this through a shit situation. You know, speeches and stuff like that, and seeing people in pubs and doing little talks and stuff like that, and you know the look on my wife's face and that one, you know, she's seeing me going through this stuff. It's hard, but it's worth it. My kids. Oh God, fucking hell. There's probably loads I fucking missed off. Oh fuck me. About different bits and bobs. Going to Reiki and stuff like that. A lot of my personal friends can relate, you know, mental healing, you know, to this Reiki stone kind of vibe stuff. I believe I spoke to God. I believe that I heard James in my logo, and he said to me, something about what was it? You're a warrior, you cunt. You know that London accent. Unexplainable shit, man. Again, you've got the complete opposite. Some of you'll see, I forgot to say this earlier, some of you'll see, I've got a lot of fucking teeth missing now. That's because, of, again, some of the mouth sores and stuff that I couldn't do anything with my fucking mouth through the first cycle of chemo and stuff. My teeth have always been not the best, but so fucking what? I've still got a few here. I could show them fuckers if you want to take the piss out of me, take the piss out of me. I don't give a fuck. I'm all about awareness. I'm all about defying odds. I'm all about the oncologists aren't always fucking right. They're not always fucking right. A very, very close friend of mine, Lolly, you got to mention. I remember her saying to me when I was first outside, I'm just skipping a bit back, my head's fucking gone. She said to me through text or message or whatever, so, you know, aside from your mental state, how do you feel? I remember replying to her saying, I feel fucking fine, I feel normal. There's no wonder that this is probably the biggest fucking killer, because it goes unnoticed for so long. Which is why it's so fucking important for women. Go get your fucking mammogram or whatever they are. You know, it's not fucking nice. Any of that shit. Blokes, the prostate fucking thing. You know, if I'd have known years ago, maybe I would have sort of dropped me guard a little bit and gone for that. Maybe they might have. I don't know. I ain't got colorectal or prostate or anything like that, so it's a bit different. But fucking guys, come on. You know, think of your families. Even if you haven't got a fucking family, think of your fucking self and the families that you could make in years' time. It's fucking devastating. I was watching a video on some guy earlier on. It popped up because of my like recommended stuff and all that sort of shit. There was a guy doing very similar to this, and I watched through like his decrease in health, and the last video that I watched was a video that his family must have posted after he died, and he'd done this video clearly while he's still alive, with his tube to his nose, and it reminded me of me fucking granddad and that, and it's fucking awful to see. And I'm starting to think, wow, I used to be a fucking heartless bastard, you know. I've always been full of emotion and stuff like that, but I've been so shut off, so shut off. And if I can give one little thing to one person, would be just be kind always. Just be nice. Just say to that random fucking person, you look fucking great. Oh, I don't know. I'm getting a bit fucking tired and a bit shitty, so my back's still fucking hurting, but it is what it is, isn't it? So I'm gonna fucking stop this here, because the dog's just jumped over the fucking stairgate. Oh God, I hope she don't fucking get Becky up. Looks like Bex don't feel too well upstairs, so I'll go up there and see. We'll suffer together, eh? Anyway, peeps, I hope this is good for you. And I'll post them out a bit more another day. Like Luke's Army for the Winkies.